Hello. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Hello and welcome to Ask a Reporter. I'm Amelia, or I'm playing the part of Amelia, but my name is Jack.
And I'm Michelle. Hello.
And you're just being yourself today.
I'm just me. I'm, the reporter.
The reporter.
Being asked.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
And I'm the asking part.
Yes.
Never thought of it like that.
Yes.
And we've got a lot of noise in the background.
It's a lot of commotion.
Kale's trying to steal the spotlight from Ask a Reporter, I can see. Oh, he got the memo.
Running off.
Anyway, what are we talking about today?
We are talking about the first, or potentially the first, female astronaut from Australia. Woo!
Who would
Catherine.
have thought we'd live to see the day?
I know, it's quite exciting.
It is
actually.
quite exciting.
Yes.
Also, well, no, not the first Australian astronaut, because there have been...
Well, not the first Australian astronaut, but she will also, if she gets to go to space, she will be the first Australian astronaut to fly under the Australian flag. Or to go under the Australian flag. Because there has been others, but they've been part of international organisations.
Yes. So does that mean she's taking a flag with her? Is that
guess,
is it quite literal?
I guess
or
it
is it
might
just
be.
The other time they had to become like a US citizen or something?
They'd go with NASA as an astronaut with them. But here she'd be like distinctly an Australian astronaut.
Because we now have a space agency.
We've had
had
a space
it for quite a
agency.
few years.
Yeah, but it's still relatively new considering or compared to other countries. So, yes.
Yeah, and you went to the space station. Not the space station, the space agency.
Yes.
That'd be cool if you went up to the
trip. Yeah.
BTN trip to the space station. No, you went to the space agency and you met Catherine.
I did.
Potentially first
Yes.
Female astronaut.
I did. She was
Australian.
lovely. Very, very cool.
Bit spaced out. No?
Well, that would have been a good joke, but she was very switched on, actually.
Probably
very
what you want
on.
from an astronaut.
Yes. But yeah, she was getting ready to head overseas for her training, which she's actually flying over there today.
Oh.
So she's flying over to
Today.
Germany.
To Germany.
That's why she couldn't be the one to join us here.
Yes.
So
that's why you've got...
I'm subbing in because
Michelle.
I met her. So,
so you can answer all these through Catherine.
I will do
What's
my
your favourite
best.
food, Catherine?
Chocolate.
Oh, look. Potentially correct.
I think that's a high chance.
Universally,
of that being,
everyone's
high
favourite
chance.
food.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, shall we just get on with it?
Yeah, why not?
Or do you want me to stall for a bit?
I don't see why we can't just get on with it.
Okay, we'll get on with it then.
Yeah.
Let's go. Oh, well, this is a good question, considering Catherine is over there, going over to Germany to train.
Mm-hmm.
It's from Xavier from UCA Future Learning. Hey, Xavier.
Hello.
How long do you need to train to become an astronaut?
So, it varies quite a bit, but generally at least 2 years.
Oh.
So, Catherine has gone over for about a year of training, starting pretty much as soon as she gets over to Germany. But after she completes this year, if she gets accepted to the next stage, she'll have to do at least another year of training before she could go anywhere outside of Earth. So, yes.
Fair. So she's going over to do the training.
Yes.
But what's she been doing now in Australia?
So
How did she get to go over to Germany?
How she made her way to this. So speaking to Catherine, she's had a very interesting career. She started off by studying engineering at uni, and then she went overseas and did a lot of internships with lots of different space agencies all around the world. I think she did one with NASA, actually. And then when Australia set up their own space agency, she came back here, and she's become the director of space technology with the space agency in Australia.
Okay.
But she's worked in a whole lot of different areas, like to do with space junk or developing technology for space. And then, just got a whole lot of experience in lots of different areas related to space, and then went through a pretty intense application process to get selected to go do this training in Germany. Lots of tests.
The beat test?
Might have been included in there. I know she had to go through some pretty
physically.
Pretty grueling physical tests. Yeah. Maybe the beep test was involved. But you have to be pretty fit to be accepted. And then she missed out on the first round. And then she got a call saying she impressed them so much that they'd love to have her in Germany for this training. Yeah.
Well, isn't that lovely?
Yeah.
I'm also just going to shout out Emma from Carlton South Public School. And Carlton South, you've sent in so many questions. It's wonderful to see. But Emma just also wanted to know, how long does it take to become an astronaut? So I thought I'd shout that out because...
I will say what she also told me was there's no direct... you can't go to uni and study to be an astronaut.
Yes,
you have to...
that course wasn't available.
No,
when
it's
I
not.
Went to uni.
It's still not available.
No,
unfortunately. So you have to study an area in STEM, and then find your way.
And then STEM out from there.
Oh yes, and then STEM out into the space industry. STEM out.
STEM out. Cool, there you go. Okay, good to know. So if there are any budding young astronauts or want-to-be astronauts, study STEM. Although by the time you go to uni, maybe there will be a course.
Yeah, maybe there'll be a direct path straight to space.
They might even have a lift or something that goes up into space.
That would be
a
very cool.
Path. No, I don't think that'll happen by the time you're at uni. Anyway, moving on. What? Oh, I like this question from Harper.
Yes.
From Wendina Primary School. Where's Wendina? Where is Wendina? I'll find that out.
Yeah.
What do you do in space? What do you just float around?
I think that's part of it.
Look
float
at
around.
the Earth and go, wow.
That's so cool. That's where all the humans are.
Oh, that's the Great Wall of China. Oh no, you can't see that from space.
I don't think so.
People used to say you could, but I don't think you can. Anyway, what do you do?
Well, there's lots of science that goes on up in space.
Okay. Hence the STEM.
Hence the STEM background.
Yeah.
So at the International Space Station, it's pretty much this big facility for scientific experiments, and they study everything from what medication works in space to they also observe the Earth, and they can look at changes in global warming or migration down here on Earth. So they have a lot of capacity to find out things that will help us on Earth from up in space. So lots of science experiments.
Is it just because they needed to go up there to reflect?
I think part of it is that.
And just be away from it all.
Get some perspective.
That's it.
Get some perspective.
Look back and get some perspective.
Catherine also said she's looking forward to seeing the Earth look so small and fragile. So really getting some perspective.
Yeah.
So
that terrifies me, to be honest.
That we could be small and fragile.
No, no. To the idea of being in space and looking back at Earth really terrifies me. Yeah. I don't know why.
I think it would be the most surreal.
Yeah, too much.
I think it would just make you feel so small.
When you're in the ocean.
Yeah.
And the beach is maybe not as crowded, you can feel that. But I just don't want to look at. I don't want to look at it. I don't, because then I'll be like, oh, I'm not on Earth.
And you'll realise
I'm in space.
Where you are.
Would you ever go to space?
I have a similar sensation when that's brought up. I get quite. It makes me panic a little bit. I get a bit stressed.
Thinking about it now, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, and I don't think I'd be one of those brave, cool people to go to space.
Okay.
But I respect it very much.
Yeah, totally respect that.
Yes.
Astronauts. And speaking of, I wanted to, Ben also from Carlton South Public School wants to know, who was the first ever female astronaut? Because this is the first Australian.
Yes.
So who was the first ever?
So
do you know?
I believe it was a Soviet cosmonaut.
Yes.
I believe, and Her name is slipping my
Does
mind.
it start with a V?
Veronica.
No.
Veronica, no?
I actually know it. So
You know
do you
it?
just want
Can
me
you
to
please?
try and make
Yes.
a guess?
Yes.
Well, I know it because I've got it written down.
Oh, there we go.
Valentina.
There we go. Almost.
Tereshkova. Valentina Tereshkova. I like
It's a
the
lovely
name
name.
Valentina.
Yeah, it's got a nice
Valentina.
roll on that name.
It
Quite
does.
nice.
That's
Yeah.
also mandatory for going to space. You have to have a good
name. Good name.
Like Buzz Aldrin.
I thought you were going to say Buzz Lightyear. I was like, there we go.
No. Yeah, well, someone who's been to space. Okay. Oh, Adriel Porter from Yucca Learning wants to know, how old do you have to be an astronaut?
So, you have to be over 18.
Okay.
But there's different... So, every time they do a call-out or a selection for training for astronauts, they specify a different age bracket. So, it's not a specific age, but they might be looking for different levels of experience for each mission they're sending people on.
That's
so,
fair.
really, there's no specific age bracket as long as you're fit and you're fit and healthy
You
and
can
you
do the beep test.
you can make it through the beep test.
You've got a cool name.
Yes.
If not, you can change it quite easily.
Yeah, that's always an option.
Yeah.
Then you can throw your hat in the ring for to be a candidate. So yeah, there's no
There you
specific
go.
age.
No specific age. And keeping with the age theme, and I don't know why, Killian from my friends at Kidman Park Primary,
Your friends.
my friends, my mates, want to know, is she older than 60? Is Catherine older than 60? I don't know why.
I'm gonna say she's not.
Did you ask?
I didn't ask her exact age, but I can
Feels like an
confidently
obvious
say
question.
that I should have. I can confidently say that she's not older than 60.
There you go.
So
There you go. Not that, but I'm sure if you were 60, you could probably still be an astronaut.
Yeah, well,
I don't know. Yeah.
Wasn't there? I think there was actually a group of very famous, rich people who went to space recently, and they were like, I don't
like
know if they were
William
over.
Shatner.
Sorry.
Is that what you're talking about? William
maybe.
Shatner?
Yeah. There was like
The
four of
actor
them.
went to space.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Jeff.
Jeff Bezos and
Yes.
and I'm pretty sure they're like
would
at
we
least
call
over
them astronauts?
50. Well, they went to space, so
Okay, fair.
yeah, but they're over. I don't know what their ages are, but they're
Yeah,
they're
he's
around that
over
mark.
that.
Yeah. So
Okay, there you go. Maybe just not doing the sort of astronaut intensive
yeah, you want to keep
spacewalks
it
and moon.
quite light.
That was more
Yeah.
just going up there for the thrill of it.
He's
Yeah.
92.
William Shatner.
Yeah.
William Shatner is 92.
Wow.
Does anyone watching even know who he is?
Wow, that is impressive.
That-
92.
It's impressive. Okay. There was a question about the International Space Station.
Oh yes.
Oh no, actually, before we go there, let's stick with Catherine and Zaid from Almanda K9 College, Vic Point Cook, and then it's got some numbers after it. I don't know if I need to say the numbers, do I, Zaid? But Zaid wants to know, when Catherine Bennell-Pegg, full
Yes.
title,
Yeah.
finishes her training in Germany, will she be taken for space missions straight away? So,
Good question.
yeah.
Not necessarily. This is why we kind of said she's potentially the first female astronaut from Australia.
Okay.
Because after this year of training, she needs to qualify for the next stage and more training before she can go to space. So she's got a bit of a long road ahead of her.
Okay.
But, there's a good chance she
There's
could
a
be
good
selected.
chance. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll just have to wait and see.
I feel like like space missions, moon missions, Mars missions, other planet missions are only going to become more and more frequent
Yeah,
in the
they
future.
are.
So surely there's a good chance, Catherine.
So after a year of
Surely.
training, I'm sure she's going to smash it, and she'll be
Yeah.
ready to keep going.
She'll be able to. And do you reckon when she's up there, she'll be able to call in and give us a little exclusive or something?
That would be cool. Look, we'll stay in touch
We'll
and
stay in
see what we can
touch.
set up.
If you're watching, Catherine, on your flight to Germany,
Yeah, keep in close contact.
Keep in close contact.
Yeah.
Now, this is just a fun question.
Mm-hmm.
It's from Odysseus? Odysseus?
Cool
Wow,
name.
what a cool name.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give it to two people, Carlton South Public Schools, where Odysseus, sorry if I'm saying that wrong, and then Anna from Deer Park West Primary School.
Yes.
Also want to know, and I believe they're probably asking Catherine, but I'm going to ask you
Well,
and myself.
I'm here, so...
Do you really believe that aliens are real?
Oh, like, I think I was on the fence before meeting Catherine.
Oh.
And then she was
an alien.
that would have been
also,
very
just
interesting.
Before
wouldn't
you
it?
answer as well, Anna says that they believe in that.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Anna, who asked the
You're
question,
convinced.
You're
Yes.
convinced.
I have to say, Catherine did convince me. She did not hesitate to say that she believed in that there are aliens out there. And she's the expert. She's the one potentially going to space.
That's true.
So I want to believe her. And when you think about it, there is so much out there that we haven't even gotten close to exploring. So if we exist on our little planet here, I think, yeah, she's right. There's a really high chance that there is some other form of life out there. And they might not look like us necessarily.
No. Well, they might.
They might. Who knows? They might be very similar to us. But I think there's a good chance that there's something living out there. What do you think?
I'm on a similar wavelength.
Yeah.
I'm pretty open to things
to
like
the
that.
idea.
Open to the idea.
Yeah,
It's like,
open to
well,
the idea.
they haven't proved that they don't exist.
Yeah, that's it,
So,
right?
and it's kind of fun, the idea of it.
I know, it is a bit
Yeah.
It's exciting.
And I love how we send out like radio signals and stuff to try and communicate with them.
I'm sure, I think that will be like the most interesting thing is if we do discover other life, how would we communicate with them? Like that would be the most interesting part of it, I think.
Yeah. I also wonder, like, would we discover them and be like, oh, wow, hi, and they're like, yeah, we've known you've existed for years. We were just happy keeping to ourselves, and we looked at you and thought, nah.
Yeah, look, could have happened.
Could have happened. Who knows?
Who knows?
Do you know? Wait, where did my question go?
Do I know?
Do you know? Oh, here it was. Have you ever met an astronaut? That's from Sam from Scotch College Junior School.
Have I?
I just wanted to ask that because I think I know the answer. Oh, well, actually, no, I don't. Well, no, I thought I did.
Answer? Well, you possibly
Because she was a
know
potential
the answer.
astronaut. So,
I've
so
met
that's
a potential
not right.
astronaut.
Okay. Well, have you met a real one?
No, unfortunately, Catherine is as close as I've got to meeting an astronaut.
An astronaut.
But maybe one day I can say that I have met an astronaut if she makes it up into space.
Oh yeah, all right. Well, then you need to. She needs to go to space just
so I can answer this question with a big yes.
Ooh. Yeah. Lucky from from Scotch College wants to know what food is basic up in space. So what's a common thing that astronauts eat? Do you know that?
I actually don't know a lot about what astronauts eat in space.
I believe it's food.
Well, yeah. I also believe it is food.
Yeah.
I believe there is some...
Believe in food.
Food. I think they're actually working on a whole lot of new developments for space food. And looking at how to grow it here on Earth or and take it up there. And also perhaps what they can grow up in space themselves. Yes.
But they also because I've done a story. Surely most people on BTN have done a story about space food, but like it's actually pretty normal stuff that they eat.
I think most of the time it's quite similar.
Yeah,
to
it's
what
probably
we have.
just been like dehydrated, and so they've got to bring it back to life. Oh yeah, there we go. An astronaut can choose from many types of foods: fruits, nuts, peanut butter. Oh great! Chicken, beef, seafood, candy, brownies. And available drinks include coffee, tea, orange juice, fruit punches, and lemonade. Wow, that sounds quite nice, doesn't it?
A cup of tea up in space. That sounds so nice.
Until it goes everywhere and it's just
it could
floating
get
around.
Actually, yeah. How would you keep? Oh, you'd need a lid.
You'd need a lid.
You'd need a lid.
You'd need a lid, or just drink really quickly.
You need a lid.
Doreen. Oh, that's the name of my grandma. Doreen. Is that you, Grandma? What are you doing watching this? From Excelsior Public School, New South Wales, Castle Hill, Sydney. I didn't know you went there, Grandma. Wants to know, why do astronauts have those suits on? I think we're talking about spacesuits.
Spacesuits.
Is it because they look good?
Well, look, they do look pretty
They all got a
professional,
discount on
don't
them?
they? So
Buy 12, get the 13th free or something?
I think space can have quite a big impact on the body.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. And those suits keep them safe and keep their body working and healthy, I believe.
Yeah. So it's basically, to protect them.
Yeah.
It's quite cold up there. Like,
Cold.
not just like a winter in Australia, like extremely cold. There's also obviously no oxygen.
No
up
oxygen.
There. So those spacesuits are making sure they can breathe
And I think they're working on a whole lot of new spaceware that will help astronauts' bodies when they're up in space to adjust without gravity.
Yes.
So it looks kind of similar, I guess, to activewear, I think, but it's got like some technology in it that's supposed to stimulate muscles.
Yeah, something. Do you get shorter or a little taller in space? It's one of the
Something
other.
happens because
So informative.
yeah, you something changes.
Yes.
But because you're not really using your body the same way and you're not using your muscles the same way as you do on Earth.
No, and the longer you're up there as well,
Yeah.
obviously the changes are going to happen. They're probably not super noticeable, but yeah, it's quite. There's a lot that goes on.
Yeah.
Do you know how much astronauts make? Harry from Scotch College wants to know.
I would have no idea.
I have no idea. I imagine it would be.
I would think
it would be quite well.
a bit of money, considering all the
pretty risky
training
job.
they do
Yeah.
and all the risk that's involved, and they kind of dedicate their lives to a lot of it takes a long time to get there.
Yeah.
So I would say quite a bit.
US dollars.
Oh, what have we
there
got?
we go. Oh, okay.
That's US. So
So it's more here. So it's about in US. I can't do the conversion, but about 100,000 to 161,000 per year.
yeah, US.
US. So it's
dollars.
a little bit
so
more.
in Australian dollars.
So there you go. Maybe I want to be an astronaut.
It's not too late though, I don't think.
No.
You could
I didn't do the STEM subject though. I don't know what I would do.
You could be our space reporter. For
yeah,
BTN.
from space.
From space. You could be our space correspondent.
How's the Earth looking up there, Jack? Ah!
That's all we'll ever get out of Jack.
That's all you'll ever get.
Yeah.
Ryan wants to know, who's your idol? That's just a random question I'm throwing in amongst all of this.
Who's my idol?
Yeah. Do you have one?
Wow.
Is it an astronaut? Am I putting you on the spot?
You are certainly putting me on the spot. Who is my idol? Well, look, I have to say, since we're talking about space, Catherine was pretty inspiring.
There
I don't
you
know if I'd
go.
call her my idol, but she was an inspiration,
There
I
you
think.
go.
Yeah.
Catherine. Sorry to throw
No,
a
that's
curveball
okay. I
there.
haven't thought about an idol in a long time. Maybe I'll go away and think about it.
Go watch Australian Idol. You'll find someone there, I'm sure.
I'm sure I will. It's in the title.
Anthony from South Newman Primary School
Mm-hmm.
wants to know, why do we have astronauts?
Why?
I think that's a great question.
That is a great question. I think it's for discovery, discovery of what's out in the universe, and for science experiments, and to find out more about Earth, because I think finding out more about the universe we're in helps us understand more about our planet.
Totally.
So, that's why we have astronauts.
And finding out about other planets. I mean, obviously, astronauts haven't gone to the other planets yet, but the moon, finding out more things about the moon.
Finding out about the moon, and the sun and the stars
The
and
stars.
yeah, it's important for what we know on Earth.
Someone, Tim Tam is
Tim Tam.
the name is Tim and the school is Tam. Don't know
Oh.
how true that is, but wants to know what's your favourite planet.
What's my favourite planet?
Yeah, is that an easier question?
That is an
than the
easier
Idol?
question. It is. I know straight away. Jupiter is pretty cool.
Oh.
Jupiter is a pretty cool planet. It's quite, it's really big, and it's also quite beautiful. It's got like the gases and the colours that are all around Jupiter like create some stunning patterns, and it plays a pretty big role in how the entire solar system works, because it's so big that its its
Like,
orbit influences all the other planets and their orbits. So Jupiter's pretty awesome.
Jupiter, there you go.
Yep.
I quite like Mars.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I think because I'm an Aries, to be honest.
Yeah. Look, all the justification we need.
Yeah, I don't have anything more, but it's like,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like, why do you have a favourite number? You just do, you know?
That number just speaks
Number
to you.
just speaks. Oh, I've lost the question. I'm not doing a very good impression of Amelia right now. This was it, because we was talking about
yes.
planets. And it's from Ethan, also from Carlton South Public School. Wants to
Hello.
know, how long would it take to walk or drive around the rings of Saturn? Do you know that? If you don't, I've got the answer.
I don't know. I read about it, but I would
Do you want to
need...
guess?
I know that I believe the width of Saturn
Yes.
is of the rings.
The width
of the rings is bigger than driving around the entire Earth.
Oh,
Am I
okay.
right?
Yeah, that's the answer I had.
Yeah, great.
So if anyone knows how long it takes to drive around Earth, it's longer than that. So
Yeah.
really, a
And that's
long,
just
long,
the
long
width.
time.
That's not even like the...
Oh, that's not like going...
That's not around like that. It's like
what's
I'm
that, the
pretty sure it's
circumference?
the yeah.
Oh, so
I'm pretty
it's
sure it's
just
the
the
width of the ring. So
Saturn?
that's so hard to imagine. It's so big.
That's massive.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Huge.
no one's going to do that.
We might not, I don't think anyone has time for that, to be honest.
Honestly, but... well, how long would it take to drive around Earth?
Great question. Great
Too
question.
long. Mm-hmm. Oh, maybe not that long. Plane might be.
Yeah.
easier.
Even then it'd take a while.
Well, we're almost at the end.
Oh, we are.
I
More
wonder...
than 17 days.
17
fly?
days to fly,
No, to drive.
to drive
Oh,
around
wow.
Earth.
I actually thought it might take
24/7.
longer. Oh, so
And no stopping.
no breaks.
No
toilet stops,
break, no
nothing.
food breaks.
Oh, that's a long
Better
time.
have a good playlist that
So-
goes for 17 days.
So longer
even
than
stopping to
17 days.
sleep.
Longer than
Wow.
that.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow.
Wow.
All right, before we go, let's just end on this from Tom from Scotch College. Do you like space, and what do you like about it?
I do like space. I think the more I find out about it, the more I like it. Because I think the more discoveries we make, it's like we make all these really interesting discoveries, and the more we know, but there's also like so much we don't know.
And it's constantly expanding
Yeah.
and expanding
It's
and expanding.
Huge.
It's huge. It just
It's
goes on and
huge.
on.
And that's exciting. It can be a little bit scary to think about sometimes, but
yeah.
also really, really exciting.
But only if you're an astronaut,
Only, yeah, we don't.
because we don't have to go up
We
there.
don't need to go up.
I think it's. I quite like space. I
Yeah?
like the. The. I don't know. I
The-
just like it.
Infinity
It's
of
trying
it.
to, the infinity, like, and the way people are able to take space and create, fiction, science fiction.
Yeah.
And imagine what a life in space looks like. I find
It's
that
actually
really
it
interesting.
inspires a lot, I think.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Next week we'll talk about metaverses, because that feels like
Metaverses. Do you know much about
no,
metaverses?
I don't. But that's the point.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you.
Make sure you promo of Newsbreak and next week on Classroom. We'll do that first. All right.
Yes.
See, look, I'm very good at filling in for Amelia, aren't I?
You're doing a great job.
We're going to shout out some classes. You do a reaction of your choice. Amelia makes us do noises and shout out and stuff.
Oh, okay.
But wait, you can wait.
I'm just gonna wave.
Don't feel pressure.
And say hello.
But I want to shout out Yuka Future Learning.
Hello.
Always tuning in. Jason from Kenley Vale Public School.
Yeah.
Very specific shout out there. We got Dane
G'day,
Bank.
hello.
We got Newcastle Grammar. We all know I'm from Newey.
Hi.
Yeah. Shuckers. Surfing town.
Yeah.
Auburn North Public School.
Hi.
Bengaloo Public School.
Hello.
Linfield East.
Hi. Thanks for tuning in. Trying to change it up.
Cohen Public School.
Oh, hello. Hello, sorry.
I'm just going to keep saying,
Yes.
you're too slow. Canterbury Primary
Hi.
School. North
Hi.
Rocks.
G'day, everybody.
Our
Yes.
Lady Help. I think it's Hope.
Oh, yes.
Oh
Hello.
no, Our Lady Help.
Our
Is
Lady
it?
Help?
Anyway.
Oh.
Carlton
Hi.
South Public School, sending so many questions.
Yeah,
thank you so much. Did I say varsity already?
Possibly. Hello again.
Bradbury.
Hi.
We got Wendina, which is in Western Australia, I learnt.
Hi.
Hey guys.
How are you doing?
What time is it there? HCSPS.
Hi. G'day.
That probably is from somewhere. I've got to say, South Newman Primary. I also don't know if I'm repeating any at this point. Mossman. Hey, Mossman.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hey.
MacKillop Catholic
Hi.
Secondary College. The Academy.
The
Ooh.
Academy.
Sydney Japanese
Hi.
International School. Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
Dozo yorashku.
That's very
That
good.
means I hope we can be friends.
Aw, that's really good.
Thank you. I remembered that from year 6. Scotch College. My mates at Kidman
Hi.
Park Primary. Let me know how the windows are.
Hey.
Happy to come and clean them again.
That was where you cleaned
Yes.
the window. They are your mates.
They are my mates. I'm not making it up.
I thought you were joking.
No.
They are your mates.
I wonder if they've written in if they might not be watching. I think that's all I've got. There's a bunch of numbers here, but I won't read that out as a school.
Yep.
There's also Tim Tam, whoever
Tim
you
Tam.
are. Thank you
Hey,
for
Tim
sending
Tam.
in. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Make sure you
thank
watch
you.
Newsbreak. It hasn't got anything about space, about the astronaut tonight, but you should just
No.
watch it anyway.
Yep.
And tune in next week for BTN. What's on the show? What are you working
What's
on?
on the show? I
do know.
I am working on a bit of a heavier story
It is.
about war crimes and the International Criminal Court. It's pretty interesting, so tune
Okay.
into that.
Yeah.
But yeah, not quite as fun as space.
Not quite as fun.
No,
but
what
yeah.
are you working on?
Yeah. Again, not as fun as space. A story about in Menindee, there's been a bit of a natural disaster. What would we call it? That a whole heap of dead fish are in the river there at the moment. So we're going to find out what's going on there. Hopefully, chatting to some kids there to find out what's going on. But then also looking at. The World Happiness Report was released.
This is
and
fun.
Finland is the happiest place to live for the 6th year in a row.
Amazing.
Oh, well.
Well,
But it's in the...
tune in to
Everyone
find
knows
out
that.
more.
Find out why, though.
Yeah,
We don't know why.
That's important.
And
Yeah.
also, where is Australia? What number did we
good
get?
question.
Number 2, maybe? I don't know. I do know.
Gonna have to watch.
But yeah, tune in next week.
Yeah.
And
Great.
great. I think that's it.
See you later.
Thank you so much. Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Bye.